Hey all, it's Nordy again. Been a busy week or two. Let's see. Last weekend I was I was over in St. Louis, and to see my grandmother's 90th birthday. So it's unfortunately she didn't have any interesting words of wisdom to share, but I got a good steak out of dinner, and it was nice meeting with them. So that went well. And then on Sunday, it turned out the schedules got rearranged, and so it ended up that since Shep and Nancy don't live too far from the Kirkwood station, I went and stayed with them for a couple of hours. And so let's see, I was teaching Shep how to build rockets in Kerbal Space Program, and then we went over to have tacos, and then we played Sentinels of the Multiverse with Evan and Wes. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I should take the train out to St. Louis more often, obviously. So, and so then on the train ride back, I managed to come down with something, and so Monday I actually had to take a sick day. I don't know what I came down with, but I was completely wiped out. Fortunately, I was able to use that day to tear through the first book in the Dresden files, which was recommended by Nancy. Turns out I was wrong about fantasy all along. I had thought I didn't enjoy it. Obviously, I just wasn't reading good enough fantasy. So, suffice it to say, I'm hooked, and I'll pick up the next book as soon as I find a moment. So I'm working my way through the other one. What is it? The Codex Alera. I'm also enjoying that. The author is same author, I'm told. So very good. I've been enjoying it. So again, obviously I was wrong about fantasy. I was just apparently reading terrible authors. So in the meantime, project-wise, I haven't been doing too much. I wrote up a reference cover letter for someone today, but went shopping yesterday. But hobby-wise, I threw together this weekend. This is the Cygnus spacecraft, which is another entrant in the COTS program. Commercial off the shelf is the usual terminology, although NASA appropriated it for something else. Commercial orbital transportation services or something like that. So this is the orbital sciences entry for the COTS program, which is a disposable spacecraft called Cygnus. That's Cygnus referring to the swan. So it lifts. It has more volume as compared to the Dragon. Let me see. Actually, I have the Dragon. We can actually do a side-by-side comparison since they're scale models. All right, so get the orientation roughly the same. You'll notice that here is the pressurized version, part of the compartment, and back here is the trunk, which I have downloaded a second model and filled with cargo. So the trunk here is unpressurized cargo, and the pressurized cargo would go in this compartment. By contrast, the gray or brown area that you're looking at over here, it would be the pressurized compartment of the Cygnus, and it is significantly larger than. Sorry, you're not in the same plane, so the scale isn't perfect. There we go. That's roughly the same scale. You can see the brown section is actually significantly larger than the capsule portion of the Dragon, and so there's actually a lot more space in the Cygnus spacecraft, so that enables it to carry out more cargo because it is in fact volume limited cargo. They're not like lifting plutonium or anything in these rockets. So that's so. Anyways, I finished putting this together. This is the pressurized compartment, and then this gray area is the propulsion, the avionics, the fuel, and of course the solar cells. So anyways, that's all built up. I'm still waiting for the hook that I'm going to hang it on to secure itself firmly to the wall, and then I will hang it alongside everything else. So there's that. I have not put any work in on the Axiom. When I was talking with Shep and Nancy, Shep agreed to send me some of his paper models. In exchange, I traded him some of my sources that I've been using. I think I will be creating a replacement Mass Effect relay. Like you say, the one I took from the wedding tables was. I mean, it's obviously a mass relay, but it's certainly slightly bent out of shape, and it doesn't have the rings in the center. So the one that Shep sent me should be simplified, easier to fold and to create, and will have all the rings, the spinning rings in the center. Obviously, I'll keep them in the stowed configuration. I'm not going to have any like powered motors in there to make them spin. But it would be nice to have a more perfect representation. Shep and Nancy, if you want the original, I'd be happy to send it back to you next time. I'm happy to bring it back to you next time I'm in town. So, there's that. That's my update. Last week was actually in St. Louis, and this week is staying at home and doing the, errands and stuff like that. So, looking forward to seeing updates from you guys. David.